Welcome back to EU4. We're currently watching Angola try and survive this very, very cruel world. Now, the original game file kind of broke on me because of a new update, so I was forced to go back to the following year. Angola still won the war, but the peace deal ended up a little bit different. Now, Angola cannot declare war on Kazembe, and I think they took a few less provinces, maybe. There's a possibility of that, but I have no idea overall. Either way, Angola still looks like it's pretty much on top in this region for now. It could definitely change, and I definitely feel like Kikunja is probably going to make a few more forts, but I don't know if Angola is going to do that. They seem very content on leaving their situation how it has been, at least for the time being. This region over here in the Lake Victoria region, that's what I'm just going to call it for now, is very stable. Karagwe did not get declared war upon like I would have thought, especially after they got beaten up over here in Munin. But, of course, um, none of these guys can effectively dethrone the other, especially since these pesky little forts, are getting in the way of doing such a thing. Although I will admit, Burundi is by far the weakest, just because they have a level 1 fort, while the rest of these guys at least have a level 3, which will. Oh, maybe Buha is also fairly weak. Yeah, Buha got rid of their level 3 fort as well. So these two are now, Burundi and Buha are now the weakest within the Lake Victoria region, with Karagwe being the toughest in terms of forts, and then Borneo being solid in second. Now, in terms of actual army capability, I would wager that these southern guys are probably going to be better. Yeah, 2 7s versus 2 6s. But beyond that, none of them are really allied to each other, besides Kazembe and Buha, and Karagwe and Kikunja, which leaves Burundi and Borneo basically struggling to survive. No allies, no help, and that's probably the main reason why none of them declared war on each other. It's just because they don't really have any good alliances, and they can't really hope of new alliances forming since they're fairly isolated. But Angola's peace deal versus Kikunja will end in 1518, 5 years, which probably won't be enough time for Kikunja ooh, to basically heal, and it's definitely not going to help now that Kazembe has declared war against Kikunja. And on top of that, this is another war that Karagwe is going to have to fight, which is not going to help them at all. Now, in terms of manpower, Kazembe does just barely win them over, but I guess Lupala is a level 3, so they won't get sieged down too easily. But I have a bad feeling that Buha is not going to have a big enough military for both Kazembe and Buha to be able to take Upemba over. And what is the war goal, I guess? Okay, it's for Hemba up here in the north. So at least they don't have to, in theory, take Upemba. It would just be very nice for them to do that. And Angola is probably just going to sit around for now. They only have one rival in Kilwa, which Kilwa seems to be doing. Oh, no. Their only rival is actually Angola. That is actually surprising. But Kilwa is also just a massive player that would easily swamp Angola. I don't even think that would be a fight. Well, Age of Reformation's here. Cool. And nothing too big is going on, I guess. Ooh, nope, that war did not end. For a moment there, I thought the war ended for some reason. But this will be a nice big war that one side or the other will win, or will come out as the victor and probably will take large chunks out of the other. Do I think Kazembe has a decent chance. To be honest, I would put my money on Kikunja. Kikunja, although it doesn't have a large army, it has the most territory, and it can probably regain a lot of its manpower. And of course, Kazembe is going to have to try and siege down Upemba, which is not a very good territory to try and siege. In terms of tech, though, Kikunja is actually better off. Not by a whole lot, though, only by one. And like I said, Kazembe is unfortunately unable to take Upemba. So really, it's just them two battling it out and weakening each other, potentially allowing for Angola to actually come in and wipe them out. And we'll see if anything big happens. I mean, the biggest thing here is that Buha actually has a level 1 fort, making it quite easy for them to probably get knocked out in this war. But we'll see if they actually do get knocked out or not. Okay, so it appears to be a race right now. The fort at Raguru is being taken down, which is a level 1 fort, and has already been broken through. And the fort at Upemba has actually been sieged, but it has not been broken down just yet. But it does have the little crown thing. I don't really know what that means. In my opinion, whenever that shows up, victory is at hand. But for now, it looks pretty even. I think Kazembe needs Buha to stay in this war for them to be able to take Upemba. So in theory, if Karagwe can siege Raguru down before Kikunja can take Upemba, Buha might just surrender. And that would basically leave Kazembe alone with their 7,000 people that can definitely not take Upemba. This would leave Kazembe in a situation where it can't really win. Not saying that, now this is not saying that Kakunja and Karagwe together can take Luapala, but in this situation, it would be more likely for Kikunja and Karagwe to win if they can stop the siege. And the only way that they can do that is by taking Buha. And really, they don't even need to take this fort at Luapalu or whatever it's called. Um, the next big issue is Borneo, I just now see, has declared war against Karagwe. Now, Karagwe luckily has two forts, a level 2 and a level 3. Now, unfortunately, Borneo can't take that level 2 or the level 3 fort at Karagwe, but they can take the fort at Buganda. And, well, they are. But unfortunately, they're probably going to have to peace out with just that one siege down because, well, they can't get enough troops right now to take Karagwe. Now, they do have the manpower for it, and it wouldn't be impossible for them to just get like 5,000 troops and just set 5,000 more troops and just send them to Karagwe. But they would be taking a lot of huge negatives that I don't think they would be wanting to take. And also, Upemba has fallen before the fort at Ruguru. So now they're just going to full siege down Kakunja and, well, with Karagwe potentially going to have a fort siege down at Buganda, they are also more likely to just peace out of the peace deal and focus what they have against Borneo. And, well, we'll see. We'll see if they can take the fort at Ruguru and peace out Buha. But I don't know if they will think it's necessary to do that. But it looks like Kazembe is going to go up and save their ally here at Raguru. And they might actually get there before they can take the fort, which would definitely keep Buha in the war. And if they do that, that would be a huge blow to Nicaraguan's military. Oh yeah, big hit their to their overall manpower and basically how many troops that they can field within a certain moment. I seriously don't know if that fort will fall, though. if that fort falls, Buha could seriously surrender. It's not impossible. So Buha has actually been pieced out. This is great news for Kakunja and Karagwe, and also Rwanda, which for some reason has 5,000 troops, has just been released back into the world. Now, I don't know how they got 5,000 troops. They probably just had like a rebel stack out in the wilderness or something. To be honest, I don't know. And this will also allow Karagwe to try and deal with the Borneo situation. And I think they also got another territory here at Unduga, but I'm not entirely certain on that one. The next big problem is that Kazembe has actually lost a military battle. This could deal a huge blow to them, and it's not going to help that Karagwe just lost a big battle at Karagwe, in which they got full wiped. They're completely out. Karagwe's out of the war. Karagwe has no military. They're probably going to try and be rebuilding at Bazinga, Induga, and Nekore, but at this point, that's not going to help poor old Kikunja. Kikunja also has lost their level 3 fort, so now I can guarantee that Kazembe is going to be able to siege down all of Kikunja just because Karagwe is not going to be able to help. Just because of that. And on top of that, Buha has now been declared war upon by Burundi, with Burundi being at war with. Let me see. Burundi is at war with just Buha. So, considering that that's only a level 1 fort, I will put my money on Burundi winning this war. I think Burundi has all the cards it needs to literally just annihilate them. And well, now, like I said, Kazembe is just going to probably full siege down Kakunja, and it would be kind of funny if they do actually full siege them, or full annex them. To be honest, full sieging them, pretty easy for Kazembe right now. But full annexing them, I have no idea if that's even possible. It would be interesting to see if that was possible. But yeah, look at this. The Buhan army just immediately joined in that war. I think Buha has a tech advantage, actually. No, they don't. But either way, even if they did, they still lost pretty badly. It was close. I won't say it wasn't close, but Buha did lose a major battle just then. And it's not gonna help that Kazembe is marching up north, huh? Okay. So the entire Lake Victoria region's on fire. Angola looks like it could easily take advantage of the situation right now, if only they didn't have a truce for 3 more years. And really, I'm putting my money on Burundi, Kazembe, and probably Borneo taking the best out of the situation right now. Probably, I would say Burundi would take the most out of the situation, just because they're going to be able to siege down all of Buha, and it wouldn't surprise me if they can just fully annex them. Um, Borneo, like I said earlier, they're not going to be able to take this level 3 fort. I almost guarantee it. The AI is not willing to make the moves it needs to be able to take Karagwe. And really, it may actually seal Borneo's fate if they can't do it. Maybe they'll be able to take Buganda, but I can guarantee that they will come out as the winner in this Karagwe war. Just because Karagwe will have to go to a lot of ends to rebuild their military and maybe even lose their military a couple more times. Kazembe is currently in a very weakened position. They still have a military, I guess, but they have lost their ally because they didn't want to join in against Burundi. So, in in the course of this war, Kazembe has lost some manpower, lost some military strength, and lost an ally. Even though they will be gaining land, that's a short-term gain when going up against Angola, which is right on their border probably after this war, and can probably just come in and wipe them out. It doesn't really look all that well for Kazembe in that case. So really, out of the winners, Kazembe is going to be the biggest loser, really. And I kind of doubt that they'll be able to fight off Angola with less than a 10,000 manpower and having no foreign allies. It just seems impossible to really win, in my opinion. Of course, I do not know what kind of peace deal is going to come out of this Kakunjin war, but I can already tell you it's not going to be enough. I doubt Kazembe can fully annex them, and even if Kazembe does, I feel like Kazembe would just screw it up and potentially, like, for instance, a 10,000 K rebel force just pops up in Nshindi. I guarantee they cannot deal with it. I almost guarantee it. So really, I don't have a lot of hope for Kazembe. I feel like that they have a good chance at winning in the long term, but it's not a good enough chance I'm going to say that they're going to be the biggest winner out of the situation. And basically, I'm just going to see if anything does happen over here. I mean, I'm not going to come back just because Burundi takes this fort at Ruguru. I mean, I'm fairly certain that's fairly simple for them to take. I will come back to see what kind of peace deal does eventually come out of this. I think it'll be interesting to see if Burundi does fully annex them or not. But I think it would be more interesting to see when Angola will declare war against Kazembe and how long that takes. That will be probably the biggest situation that will be happening for Angola and really this entire region. So I guess we'll see. So I'm guessing that the Kakunjin peace deal is probably going to happen here real soon. But Burundi did end their war. They have full annexed Buha, and now they're going to be dealing with these little rebels up here. What I'm wondering is, who else are they at war with? Oh, Kazembe is going to try and take down Karagwe as well. Um, I don't know how well that's going to work out for him. I'll be honest on that one. Um, really, this is just going to destroy the Kakunjin economy completely. It might as well not exist at this point. But Kazembe, they're going to be looking pretty good. I mean, I don't see any issue with this. I do see an issue with those 5.5k Wuhan separatists. They're probably going to come all the way down here and fight Burundi at any moment. But hopefully, Burundi, not Buha, will be able to deal with them. Hopefully. Because I kind of like Burundi here instead of Buha. Just because Burundi doesn't generally win out in this region all that often. Beyond that, though, this peace deal, or the truce with Gakunja is probably going to end here real soon, at least in 2 more years. It's almost actually up. June 15, 18. So, year, actually less than 2 years. So that will be ending here real soon. And really, Kazembe is just continuing to weaken themselves, while Angola is just growing at an alarming rate with 11k manpower reserves and 16k army. I don't know if they actually have a halfway decent military, though, or at least defense. I think they only have the fort at Kusu. They don't appear to have anything else. They probably have a fairly decent economy, which I will be checking if they can make it out of this 1550. I'll probably check their economy, if they're even still alive. Which I'll probably just be basing it off of, like, Kilwa, seeing if they actually have a decent economy together. That would be the coolest thing, I think. Seeing how strong Kilwa is compared to a weak little Congo minor. And yes, I'm calling Angola a Congo minor, just because Kilwa is just that much of an overwhelming strongman in the region. 22,000, 5k, 21 boats. Let's see this. 16, 13, 11. Trash. And also, Kilwa has a lot of gold. I doubt Angola has any gold. for that matter. We can check real fast. Trade goods right there. I don't see any. I seriously see none. Yeah, weak sauce. They do have one cloth province. That's not bad. But this is what you're looking for right here. Gold, baby, gold. And Kilwa has a whole ton. They are probably the best nation for gold. I guarantee it. And really, Angola just has none, which will allow Kilwa to basically have a huge economic advantage against them. Just humongous. But in the short term, I guess Angola's going to be looking pretty good. Especially since Kazembe and Kakunja are just weakening themselves, not really helping the situation out. I do feel like Kazembe should just peace out right now. I don't think they're going to be able to get anywhere near a full war score. And really, I don't think Borneo is going to be able to siege down that level 3 fort. They might actually, they're coming close to being out of manpower, which will definitely not help them. Very much not. But I'll come back whenever one of these peace deals eventually finishes. Or whenever it's... No, I'll just come back whenever Angola reaches a point of war, I guess. That's a weird way of wording it. But whenever Angola declares war or one of these peace deals fire, that will probably be when I return back in a grand old fashion, yes. Now, I did say I would come back when Angola or one of these peace deals fires, but instead, actually, Burundi has declared war against Rwanda. Now, Burundi is probably going to be able to win this pretty easily. I mean, we could just sit here and watch as this timer slowly goes up. But to be honest, I think we need to say a moment of prayer for Rwanda. I mean, Rwanda was just such a fantastic nation. It tried to gain its independence several times throughout this series, and I need to commend them. And back on to more important news. Lunda and Chokwe have become independent, and Kazembe has, I guess, gotten a little bit more powerful. Not too bad, I guess. And it looks like Angola probably will be able to just annihilate all three of these guys, really. I mean, I don't see why they would have any issue. Chocolate would probably be the easiest, just to put a name tag on a kill. Upemba has been taken by Kazembe, which means that's a level 2 and a level 3. But Angola kind of has them at least... Actually, wait, no. Kazembe has them beat on Fort Tech now. Or a number of forts, which will definitely not help them out in the future. Almost certainly not. And Angola really needs to hurry up here. They probably need to declare war on someone pretty fast. But more important news, Burundi has officially sieged down Rwanda. And now they're gone. Mona prayer real fast. Okay, back to more important news. Angola probably isn't doing much right now. I mean, they're improving relations, surprisingly. I'm surprised they're not trying to spy on them, try to take them down immediately. Although they could be trying to do that with Kazembe. That would be the smart one to do it against. I don't know. Kazembe's army's over here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And some of the Buhan separatists immediately ran into Borneo's army for some reason. To be honest, I don't know why they did that. But they did get immediately destroyed. Like, they had no chance at all. So, yeah, I guess they're dead now. Some more rebels popped up in Mpemba. Casual things. And 3,000 people are trying to siege down a level 2 fort. Seems legit. Seems legit. And that seems to be it for now. I guess we're just going to wait until Angola or some other new war potentially breaks out. Although this is the most consolidated the Victorian region has gotten so far, so who knows who will win? Who knows? Well, Angola has found the weakest link in the armor, and in this case, it was Chokwe. Chokwe is now being attacked by Angola, and to be honest, I don't think they have any way to defend themselves. They have 4,000 soldiers who are now running around the countryside, probably heading straight for Benguela, probably the best situation for them too. And Angola is looking nice on manpower and overall strength, so they should be able to wipe them out pretty easily. Surprising, I don't think they went for Lunda, although Lunda does have a guarantee by Kazembe, and they're just going to move straight for Ishindi. Not real too hard to understand there. But, ooh, I did not see this one. Burundi has declared war against Karagwe. Now, this entire region is just one big freaking mess. I have no idea who's really going to win, but it's all coming together right at the end here, with a lot of power struggles happening all around. Technically, Karagwe is the better off in terms of fort power, but at this point, Karagwe I don't think has any chance of winning. Um, they have one of their forts sieged down. The other one has th- thousands of soldiers just surrounding it at any given time. And they have two people at war against them that both have over 5,000 troops. It's just over for Karagwe no matter what way you look at it, and the peace deal has gone off, with Karagwe itself falling to Borneo, which gives, get ready for it because we're going to start counting. One, two, and that's it, two forts. They did not keep the fort at Buganda. That is probably going to be the death wish for Borneo. They probably should have just kept all of the forts. That way, Burundi probably has no way of winning at all. And of course, Karagwe is now dead. And really, Burundi just has a level 1 fort. And really, it seems like the consolidation of the region is underway at almost any moment now. It's either going to be one or the other. Either Borneo or Burundi is going to take over the Victorian area. Who knows which will win, but only one can. And I highly doubt it's Burundi, even though I want them to win. I mean, they've been stuck in coma for pretty much the start of the game, and now all of a sudden they're making this huge comeback. It would be cool to see them win. I don't think they're going to win though, especially since I don't think either one has the capability of sieging down a level 3 fort. And the only thing stopping Borneo from declaring war right now is the fact that they have 3,000 soldiers and no manpower. That's the only thing stopping from an absolute beatdown right now against Burundi. And to be honest, if I was Burundi, I would probably declare war right now. Take the fort at Karagwe, defeat the Bornean army, and just sit there because I'm not taking that level 3 fort at Borneo. I guarantee that. And well, this fort at Ishindi is probably going to fall pretty soon too. I don't see any way for Chokwe to come back at this. I mean, they can try all they want. It's not looking too good for them. And what is this? Ooh, Kazembe may have just joined against Angola here. No, they have not, and Chokwe has just been full sieged. It's the end of Chokwe. Chokwe is now dead. And a little rebellion has popped up over here in Induga, which will probably get crushed pretty easily if I had to guess. And they're at 99%. I mean, I don't know why they would want to keep the war going. Just give up. Yeah, there you go. Kashindi and Chokwe have been taken and reintegrated into the Great Angolan Empire. These Chokwan separatists should just head straight down and try to siege these two provinces back. And that would be the end of their story. I don't see anything else going on right now, so I guess we'll wait until something cool happens. like Angola declaring war on Lunda or Kazembe.